This here is from Marylin Manson Uncancelled. He's got a great site, by the way. Maybe check him out. He says, Chloe Sevigny buckles under pressure and removes photo with Marylin Manson. All right, let's see what we got. Here's the first one featured. Looks like that's her in the red over there. Marylin Manson attended Netflix's 2025 Emmys toast on Friday night, September 12th, 2025. The only online evidence of his presence there was two photos posted by actress Chloe Sevigny, if I'm saying that right, probably not, in her Insta stories where Manson has his arm over her shoulder posing for the photo and she's being playful with him, and next to them are her husband, Sinsta Makarich, and Swedish filmmaker musician Jonah Aukerlund. Despite being photographed with other people that night, Chloe decided to only post those two photos with Manson, and less than 12 hours after posting these photos, they were removed by her Insta stories. What happened? If you go to Chloe's Instagram page under her September 6th post, the last she posted, you'll see that she got a bunch of backlash for posting those stories with Manson. The two photos also circulated by haters on other social media platforms and Reddit, calling her out for being photographed with an R word and abuser Manson. One can only imagine the private messages she got. There was no doubt that the photos were likely removed due to this backlash ahead of Sunday's Emmy Awards, for which she received her first nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a limited series or movie thanks to her performance in Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Mendez story. Actually, I've heard of them. Okay, I know what that is. I didn't know it was made, didn't know it was out there, but I've heard of that before. This PR nightmare was confirmed when a reply to one of those comments by Chloe herself was published. Her comment, however, was a shameful apology, and she blamed it all on being intoxicated. She wrote, I'm truly sorry, you're absolutely right. We unexpectedly ran into MN and Jonas in the lobby of a hotel. We're fans of Jonas as both a musician and filmmaker, and in the moment, I wasn't thinking clearly. Okay. I'd had too much to drink and didn't consider how inappropriate or hurtful it might be to be photographed with MM. I deeply regret the lapse in judgment. What a coward. It's one thing to be simply photographed with Manson, but to be nearly licking his face in the photo and then post only the photos with him in her stories instead of other photos of herself from the event is a whole other matter. Clearly, she was trying to avoid a celebrity scandal with a silly excuse in the form of an apology in order to distance herself as much as possible from her Party Monster co-star Marylin Manson. It may be true she didn't realize the backlash she would get, but downplaying everything else where she can't even admit that they were at the same party but just happened to meet in a lobby, then blaming everything on being drunk just comes off as dishonest. Now that the Emmys are over, she should apologize for a pathetic apology. Yeah, kind of agree. And here's the one on her Instagram where she looks like she's about to lick his face. I don't know, doesn't quite look like a lobby to me. It might be, but it doesn't look like one. You can't see too much there, but there's two doors there and there's like the steps going up. I don't know, just doesn't look quite like a lobby to me. I could be wrong. I mean, architecture and shit, who knows, but doesn't feel like it. And he's got some clip outs of the posts. Chloe is weird. Yuck. Chloe posting photos of her and Marylin Manson in her IG story. Boo. F you performative hypocrite bitch. Washed up, has been hag. Been seen in the big ass age of 2025 with one of the three most notorious R words, misogynist abusers known. Chloe, I hate your effing guts. Sounds like a class act, man. I was going to say, imagine the education of this woman, but we see some very educated ladies saying similar things, so yeah. Mid-ass bitch, just another mediocre white woman with a Coca-Cola edition, given way too much credit for just being grimy and skinny. Not sure what white's got to do with it here, but these people on their political side just don't like white people and they throw it out there, so okay, thank you. I just know her agent was like, take those down immediately. And then she's like, ChatGPT, please write apology letter for me. Ha ha, wow, yeah, you nailed it, Marissa. Anyway, I think that picture there says it all. Yeah, she could have been a little intoxicated. But you know what? I'm sure many of us have been pretty drunk, and it's not like you're in some dream and you have no idea what the hell's going on. Yeah, things are enhanced and everything, but like if you're drunk and you meet Marilyn Manson, you've still got enough brains in you to say, what should I do here? Should I lick his face? It's Marilyn Manson. Or should I say, hey, how you doing? And, part ways or something if I don't want to have controversy. I think even when I've been like really, really drunk, I could still avoid licking people's faces and stuff like that, especially if I knew who they were, like police officers, the waitress at a restaurant or something. Yeah, maybe you're with some good friends or family and you go a little crazy because you're around people who you're very familiar with, but come on. Anyway, I'm ranting. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you're not subbed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.